G'day, how you going? Ianapolis here, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to me video. So in this video, I want to show you how to change this behaviour from a beginner to an advanced beginner to this kind of behaviour onto your canvas, okay? So watch this video and let's see how it's done. And it's very easy and achievable. You just need to know how. It's not as hard as you may think it is, okay? And also, while I'm on the subject of art, because this is an art channel, nothing else here. I've been down the shop, Jackson's there, cadmium yellow light, and I've got some more phthalo blue red shade. I'm going for the red shade because I quite like the blue it gives you in a sky. I think this one's phthalo blue, but the red shade gives you more real blue. And I've got a couple of detail brushes. And that's what I'm going to explain in this video later on as well. Alright, so the colours will go up the screen there, if whatever we're going to use. And this is just a demonstration how you can change your shrubs and trees. This green chart I've made, contact me on Facebook, the link's in the description below, and ask for this and I'll send it to you. And there's different values of greens you get from mixing the cad yellow light with burnt umber, black and French ultramarine, phthalo blue, a brown and a primary blue. And you get and how it works, you've got the cad yellow light and you've got your burnt umber. You mix a little bit into it and you get this shade. And then you add a bit more burnt umber and a bit more and a bit more and a bit more burnt umber till you're getting all these different values of yellow. The same here with the black. You've mixed black, you've added a bit more and a bit more black and a bit more black and a bit more black. All these different values of green. When you're looking at shrubbery and trees, these are the shadows and tones and values in those trees that give it that realistic look. So I've got this old demo here. I'll use this for the background, make use of this so it doesn't get thrown out. So we're going to just put a simple row of shrubs and our water the way you normally do it, the way most beginners learn. There's nothing wrong with this way, but I'm just going to show you a way you can up the ante, okay? So let's just say you've done your background colour. So you're putting your water in as an example, okay? So this is just my flowing white paint with retarder, all right? And I'm just going to get the bottom. However you've done your bottom area, this isn't a tutorial showing you how to do your bottom area. I'm just painting it in. If anything, you need your water a bit paler than the sky, but anyway. So in general, you've done your sky and your water, and you're going to put, say, like an island or something with some shrubbery there. Okay, I've got some black gesso or black, so let's just say you've got you're ready to do your, we'll come to about here. And normally, I mean, I even did it as well, you'd map in your area with a dark colour. Let's get this up. This is kind of like a scratchy, going to create a scenery look. Let's just say we've got all different heights in here. So you've created your bush shrub island, so to speak. Even if this is on a field, I'm just doing it over water for now, but it could be on a field, okay? And then we'll pretty much generalize that into the water as well, if we can. There we go. Okay, nothing wrong with doing beginner paintings like this, but those people that are ready to step up from the beginner stage to the advanced beginner, this is going to mainly help you. So you're ready to put in some shrubs. So let's say green. Most beginners think green when they're going to do a tree, leaves or shrubs, and we've got some yellow or white to highlight that as well. So we'll get a value of green a bit lighter than that because that's going to not sit onto the dark very well. So there's our green there. So we've done our scenery like this. For beginners, we're stamping it on. Let's just go down there like that. And then we'll put some and then you've stamped on in the shadow as well. Now I dried that black before I stamped all this on. Now I'm going to grab some more yellow and to highlight what we've just put up there. So everything up there is dry. I've dried all this, and then we go and stamp on our highlights, what we've done. And as a beginner, you go all over the place and you're learning as you go, which is fine, okay? I don't know if many of you know, you always need that dark under the bottom there. We'll just put the reflections in here as well, pull them down. I don't know, so let's grab some of the white now and just mix with that. Just so as we can got a third colour to the mix. And as a beginner, you're probably highlighting a lot of stuff as well, all over the place, okay? We'll put the same as that in the reflection as well. Now to finish it off, we normally grab a blade, a knife, and we're stamping in the horizon line, okay, and then we're putting all these white lines everywhere as well as a beginner, just to put some reflection into the water, and they're sinking down the reflections as well. Now a beginner can do that. That's how a beginner learns, and that's wonderful. Now for you beginners that want to start moving up to the advanced stage, I want to show you how to just put more detail in that same layout. I'm going to do the same thing again. Now before we get on to the second one, it's a good idea to have this chart made up. Take your time making it. Remember, there's no rush in anything you do in art. Even if it's a little painting, just relax and take your time. See all these different values of green now. Why I say it's important to make this and have it in your studio, your kitchen, wherever you're painting. If you've got a reference picture, you can look and sort of see where the different values are and what colours you want. And then you know how many tints of black or the brown or the blue to put into your mid-yellow light. Okay? That's why it's important to have this. Now remember, the cadmium yellow light, that is the one you want, not the medium, the light, because the light is more, the values in it work for blending. I mean, for mixing up different colours and shades and tones of your greens, all right? If you grab the cad medium, it's more heavy and it's not going to get the same effect. So make sure you use the mixing with the cad yellow light. So, you're stepping it up a notch. We're going to paint the same layout on here, but just in more detail, okay? So then we can pencil it in. All right, so you'll take your time and you'll, where can we have an horizon line? Somewhere about there. Put a horizon line in there, okay? And pencil in what you're going to paint. So we'll come up here. I want, let's say about out to here, okay? So we're going to have this bushing up the same as the other one. But now you think, all right, I want a tree here. Okay, this is all just out of my head, all right? And we could probably have another one there at the back of that. Another one here. So let's sort of make egg shapes like this, okay? Another one there. It's probably going to be a bit uniform for this project, but... So they're the bushes, different bushes. Now we'll put some in front of them. I'll have one about there, probably one about here, different shapes, and let's say one about here. Okay, so you can see different bushes and shrubs all within our line. Well, if you've got a photo, you can pencil this in a lot better. You know what you're going to get. And all the gaps here, they're just going to be dark. Now I'm going to use my burnt umber and the cad yellow light to give the different values of shadows in there. And so as it's not too hard for you beginners like, oh, stuff you, Ian, you're making it too hard for us. We're just going to stick with forest green or sap green, and that'll be the green you can make lighter or darker as well. You can mix that with all the green, the yellow and browns and blacks, but if you got it in a tube, use it. So I've got my green and I've added some cad yellow to get 3 different values of green, and I've added the burnt umber and the yellow to get this caramel-like colour, and I've added some white again, so I've got some different values there. Now I'm going to block in our shrubs there, okay? Use what brush is appropriate for you to block in. Now let's just say there's a tree here, so I'm going to block this one in. So we'll block him in there and work him another one. That one will be the same colour there. You don't want to mix them up too much and make it too sparse and think, wow, what's all the multicoloured? Just, where's another one? There, there, and we'll block all that in there. So that's blocked in. Block that in there. Just as you go, transfer it down into the water, just like that, see? Now, detailing paintings take time, but they are very achievable, and they really make you stand back and take your hat off to your own work, okay? So just remember that. And if you get in the habit of mirror imaging your stuff down at the same time, sometimes it doesn't matter, you can do it at the end. It helps. I'm grabbing some of the forest green now, sap green or forest green you can use, and I'm going to put that, where's one there? I've got a tree there, so I'm going to block that in there. Put that one at the back here like that. What's that one? That's going to be a brown one. We'll put this one there. And here. Make the tops of them nice and realistic. Give them a bit of a rough edge. Now we'll put this colour into our water as well. Just like that. Coming over there. Where are we? Now we got a bit there, and we got a bit up here somewhere, just like that. I'm just grabbing some of the yellow and the brown that was mixed together, and we'll put like a shrub here. Now if anything, you probably want the middle value to block in, okay? Get some over here. That's in front of that other green one there, don't forget. Oh, we'll put that in the water. Where are we? Somewhere there. And we'll put this in the water. Okay, that wasn't too hard, was it? Take your time, but it's worth it in the end. I've just picked up some of the burnt umber just for the dark under here. And if it's going to mud up, I will dry it. I did dry it. I'm going to put some more in here. Pull that down into the water. Put that up there. And we can put some pockets of darks in these blocking ends. The blocking ends don't have to be big, savagely one colour. And we'll probably put some all the way along here, pulling the water side down so it's got that. And the way to get a glass water is to copy the top as best as you can, all the sky colours and everything. Now get yourself a ruler and a brush you're confident to do this next procedure with, which would be the horizon line. So we normally get the horizon line pretty dark, and when I say get a ruler, you can just find the pressure to go on your canvas and move along there in a straight line, and I'll just start scooting some of that up from there, okay? I'm just using the gesso black here that I had on my palette. And now we want to find dark pockets within this. Don't kill all that brown. If anything, you're spider webbing up from the bottom to create depth and shadow within your bushes. Just kill that line so it doesn't look so factory. Okay, I'm going to grab a small deer foot now, and I've picked up the black. Everything's dry, and mainly in these ones here, I want to put those black freckles. Find a brush that can do this for you, okay? See how we're getting all the darker values into that lighter green we put there. Merge it into the other green a bit. And we're going to do this all through the painting. Now that you've blocked it into the satisfactory stage, the reflections are in, the black freckles are in, we're going to look what's behind and what's in front and work back to front of the painting and get yourself some detailing brushes. Now I've got myself a small round one here. It's very pointy, and I got myself a filbert. Now this is a soft filbert, it's not a bristle-haired rough one. You want it to be fine. The finer you can get this now, the better realistic your painting will look. So behind we got this green there, so let's just do these two here for now, these two green ones. So where is that green? I'll wet the brush just so it's going to take the paint. Here it is here, there's that green there. So now we're going to get a lighter value of that. And either use this brush or your little filbert or whatever's going to work for you with detailing. And we want to start detailing this tree. Alright, that's that brush, fair enough. I'm going to go for the filbert now, my little filbert one. I think I like the filbert. Yeah. I'm liking that. Get to the edge, make the edge real. Now see, this block in colour is the shadow. So don't bring all this into that area. Leave some shadow between here and the tree in front of it, okay? I have seen some people doing this and they're just stamping in everywhere. They're not leaving any shadow. So look how easy that was. Some of the smaller ones you don't have to be too particular, but keeping some shadow in there helps. The smaller you can get these dots, the better you would make the detail happen onto your painting. See, I'm leaving some. And the other tree we can bring in front of this. That's why we're doing the back ones first. Not forgetting we're just scooting in that colour into the reflection as well, just like that. Just scoot it in there so we've got those colours resembled down below. Now that colour there, you like it? Yeah, I'm liking it, I'm liking it. All right, let's put a little bit more yellow into it. So look at your tree. There's a bit there, and I want to bring this bulge in front of that. Now we're not going to do all of this, we're just highlighting some of that. Okay, the very top. And we'll do a bit more of that to the other ones as well. Okay, the next one is these colours here. So let's start, and there's a brown one there. So we're going to grab that green that we blocked in, and I'm mixing it with some white, muting it up with some white there. And we're just going to have a different type of shrub on our canvas there. Now let's get this, and that can dance in front of that behind one there. And see, because we've left that dark there, have a look at your work. Now I'm feeling by my eye this is a bit too white. There we go, that's better. And I do want to leave some sort of shadow between that one and the one in front of that as well. And then within that tree you can just highlight different lumps and bumps. Like we'll highlight just some of that. I'm picking up the white now, the more muted white. And dance some shapes into that bush with the highlighted colour. Not too much, don't destroy it. Don't get carried away. Get this next one going. So I want to bring tiny dots. I want to bring some of this now just in front of that there, hover it. There we go, see? Leave those black freckles, they're making up the depth within the tree. I've just hovered it just over the black a bit as well. Now we're just going to scoot these reflections of this value into the water as well, just by pulling it down like that. We might as well, while we can, we'll get, because that one's going to be this colour, so we can, well, I could speed up the process here for the filming's sakes. Some in there and some in there. Okay, now understanding this next procedure, grabbing the yellow and the brown, which we've got to add that dead stick colour, because in trees, I mean, that's green, but you look at a tree as you're driving along the road, very carefully, there's the brown colour in there as well. It's in there. And this just adds those flavours of realism to your foliage as well, okay? This brown, don't overdo it. Let me look in my monitor to see how it's looking. And if you see what I mean, it's adding that value of more real into your tree. It's like a woman wakes up in the morning and you're used to seeing her with eyeliner on, and one morning she doesn't put it on and you notice a difference. Well, this is the same thing here. And I just want to show you what it's doing. So put it around the bush in a way. Alright, time for this shrub here, these colours. So we've got that block in colour, just at a lighter value again. We've just made it a bit more brighter and lighter in colour. And this is going to sit in front of those now, so that it can hover within between everything, over the tops or in front of those shrubs behind it, okay? Okay, getting this one done. This one I've left out because that's in front of this one, so I want to create that shadow behind it. That's why I've done it last. So like I said before, work out what's in front and what's behind. Now see your shadows, you can lace over that. The more you do this, the better you'll become at it. It's like anything really. The more you ride a bike, the better you become. So look at your painting. I suppose the light's coming from the top. Let's see if this is wide enough. Yeah, that's good enough. I'm just going to dance. This can tone the shape of your bush now, this colour you're putting on. It's like you're shading in. So I'm shading in this top area with this colour. And just some other bits that are getting hit. Let me look at that. Yeah, that's doing what I suppose it needs to do. Same with this one. Tone that in, shade it in. Alright, we'll just get this last one in front, And then you need to step back and have a look. Okay, what's crooked? What's fine? What isn't fine? Okay. So what I mean by that, let me just dance this shrub in here. And obviously I want to highlight some of this colour as well, and then we're going to put that in the water. Now I'm seeing a bit of crookedness around here. This tree here is sort of coming down weird. It's sort of, I'm not liking it, so I'm going to open him up and get him right in front of there. And hopefully this will do something. Now I'm getting a bit of the yellow into that green mix, a bit more stronger yellow. Where's that one? And this one, we want to highlight that as well. And down there. Okay, we'll fix this up. So what I'll do, I want to make this tree more rounder in front of that. So I'll grab that darker forest green there that was blocked in with. I'm just going to stamp that on back over there. Make the edges nice and realistic. Okay, because I want this to come around there. So this is how you can patch it up, because I really don't like the way that was looking. So we've got that done. I've dried that and I'm picking up that colour that we blocked this in with. And now I want to block that. Where is that shrub? So that's coming around there like that. Get on there, you. So we'll block that in. Nice shrub up here. Come on, it's still a bit wet. I thought I dried that. So there's that one there. Okay, I'm just getting the whiter mixed with that block in colour. Added more white. Well, you know what's missing? It's just the freckles. I'll quickly put some freckles on that. There's no depth in it. I was wondering what's going on. So we'll get our freckles back within there. Now I've dried it from putting those freckles on. Then we can get our paint and start detailing that little baby back in front of everything, because that's in front there. And then I'll see just how different, if that's enhanced my painting to my satisfaction or I did no good at all. I'll get this in first as well. Now the last thing I'm doing, I'm just grabbing some of these highlighted bits and I'm just like bringing them in front, down over the edge and also into the reflection as well. Just so as this isn't such a straight line. Some of this tree can hover down over the edge there and then copy it back into your painting. Just like that. Now we're just about finished. I'll show you what I've mixed up, and I want to put like a bank across here, like a bit of grass, a grassy lawned bank. So I had my forest green and I mixed it with yellow, and then some of this mix over here that we had, I've put that with it, so we've got that real colour. It's not just green. Now I want to get this a bit wet because I want it to flow off the brush reasonable. I'm going to use this little filbert one I've got. Grab your ruler and work out and design your bank. Now I'm going to do it on here, then I'll show you what was in my mind how to do it. Get this up a bit more. Now I want, it can be different sizes, like so long as it's sharp, and it can go, it can scallop thicker and thinner, okay, just like this. But make sure your brush and your paint is wet enough, because it's acrylic, so it'll flow sharply. The thing is to get everything sharp. Okay, I'm just manipulating and loading the brush up as I go, Just keeping everything sharp. It doesn't have to be straight, but so long as all this is going to be within general, very level. So we're coming along here. That a bit wetter. And you'll see this is making that grass like bank. And if anything, it can come beyond that. Okay. Now with that colour I just put on there, I've added more yellow. I'm resting on here and I want to get some light and shadowed areas onto that lawn now. Just like this. Add the detail slowly as you go within your work. If you feel this is too much for you, don't add this other colour to this lawn, just leave it the one until you're confident enough to do it all the way. Here we go. Grab a liner and some of the lighter colour brown and we'll just put some trunks in. Now put the trunks probably, let's see how thick this liner is. Don't do them all on the same level. I want to bring some within the lawn, okay, and some back, okay. Lots of little sticks and trunks. Make sure your paint's wet, okay. In the lawn, some back, some in the lawn. That's putting everything backwards and forwards from us, okay. Just like that. I've just got them this light brown because it highlights them so you can see them. And don't forget to emulate them in the water as well. Just flick them down real quick. Just like that. Alright, everything's dry. We just want to put the water line in and we don't want it a big blobby one, okay? We want the white, but we want the white tinted. So we're going to grab some white. And I don't know, what have we got there? Let's just grab a bit of this colour, just something to mess it up. Oh, maybe a bit of this colour actually. Yeah, alright, that's looking a bit more dirty. So it's not pure white, it's tainted white. And we want that reasonably wet, but not sogging wet, where it's oozing and dripping and slopping everywhere. That's it. Now, grab yourself a flat brush and a liner, a small liner. We're going to, now why I said that, we want to put the line on, find out where your middle line's going to be, nice and thin. Let's just do there for now so you'll see what I mean. Now grab that flat brush and the bottom edge, you want to, you want to disturb just to bring it out into the water there. Keep the top edge, but we're disturbing the bottom edge. Okay. And grab some more of that paint. Twist your brush. That'll do, that'll do. Get this and disturb the bottom edge. Just so it's putting a film over the water, so to speak. A bit more. And this ruler helps too get things done. So if you don't have a ruler, do something about getting yourself a straight edge stick or anything. See, I'm able to film that just over the water. There we go. Now don't get too carried away with this. You want to put some of these on different levels very thinly. I've just done one, but it was a bit on the fat side. Otherwise it blurs out your image, your reflection. Just something like that. Okay, and I'll just put one here for the lesson's sake. And disturb it. disturb it. Okay, see how that's put like a sheen on our water? You can also grab some of the paint on a flat, and if you really wanted to, you can put some movement over here. Let's just say a band of winds hitting the surface of the water there. This is just as an example. And we've got some movement against the bank here. So there we go, with a bit of knowledge, we're all learning to paint like this, and now knowing what you can do to get it looking like this, that's what this video was all about, okay? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, and I don't want you to look at paintings like this and think it's unachievable. I'm just telling you, if you've been painting for over a year and you want to step up the charisma of your art, start taking on these procedures, and you can just keep going on with detail till the cows come home with this stuff. But that was just a basic, simple lesson to show you today. Alright, thanks for joining me in this video. Check the links in the description below. There's one for my Facebook page, Patrons page, and my video catalogue. Over 200 videos in there, alright? So make sure you share and like and subscribe to my channel also. And if you like what you saw today, you make sure you tell your friends. But if you don't like it, tell everybody, alright? Goodbye, good luck, and good on ya!